So testimonial tree, there's two ways you can get in. You can go to schmidtresources.com to the technology square, and there is a login for testimonial tree. But that particular way, you do need to know your username and password. So the agents would either have had to have set that up, did it be a password reset, or it was maybe something that you helped them with. The easier way, which we all love, is our single sign-on opportunity through Moxie. And so I apologize that I don't have those screens up. So I'm going to continue to talk real quick while we can show you that. So Schmidt Resources, doesn't matter your region, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, USVI, in your technology square, you will see the testimonial tree button here, and you can click here to log in. But again, you need to know your username and you need to know your password. Outside of that, if the agents want to use our single sign-on that has been set up for us, and if you are on with Century 21, we're almost there. Hopefully we'll have an update soon. They're getting that set up for you guys as well. On the CB side, in every single region, we already have that up and running. This is really nice because your agents don't need to know their password. They log into a desk, just like I'm doing now. They go into MoxieWorks. That is an auto login as well. No password needed there. And then as soon as that loads, they will go to their external links option and they'll be able to use their single sign for testimonial tree. Now, once in a great while, something, of course, it's technology, goes a little sideways. And if the single sign-on doesn't work and your agent asks you for help, the first thing you want to ask them to do, and I know it's not the great option, but it's necessary, is they really need to clear out their browser history, their browser cookies, their browser cache. Everybody kind of uses a little bit of terminology, but have them do that first and then have them log back in and try it. A lot of times, 75% of the times that fixes the issue. If it still doesn't have the issue fixed, just reach out. We'll coordinate with the help desk and we'll get that single sign-on fixed. So when they're in Moxie, they click on their headshot in the upper right corner, or you yourselves as staff can do that as well. And you want to go to the external links option. Now, once that loads, you'll see if you scroll down just a little bit, they'll have the testimonial tree option here. Now, I'm not going to click on it to show you. Mine doesn't work because I have far too many Moxie logins for it to actually work the way it's supposed to. But the good news is for you and your agents, when they click on that, it's automatically going to log them into testimonial tree. So one less password to remember, which is fantastic for everybody. Once either you launch into your testimonial tree or your agent does, you'll see the dashboard. If you have an administrative role, which our ASCs and RSCs do, you'll see for either your office or your region. When your agents log in, they'll see testimonials and surveys for just themselves. So it really is on lockdown. Now, one of the known issues that we've been having lately is an agent knows they have testimonies, they know they have a survey, they've been using the product now for almost 2 years, believe it or not, and they're just missing. When they log in, they're not there. Of course, that's going to cause a panic. I completely understand that because it's hard work sometimes to get these testimonies in there, and they're really vital for your digital reputation to have them. Just happened yesterday, agent out of Ohio, we coordinated with the help desk. I think, Nicole, if you're on, maybe within 2 hours, we had all of his testimonies back. Unfortunately, with being technology and all of those API feeds, sometimes something gets broken and they disappear. They're always there. I've never once had an agent not be able to get them back when they've gone missing. Yes, she said it was quick. Good. Thanks, Nicole. So just reach out. If you want to do it on your own, you absolutely can. The question mark in the lower corner opens up kind of like their help desk. If you go to tickets, and it's light blue, I know it's hard to see. Maybe it's just me and my bad vision. But if you go to tickets here, you can fill out this form, say, agent, give them their name and their email address. Their testimonies have gone missing. They do something on their back end that we can't do. I wish we could, because then we could avoid the help desk, but we can't. They will go ahead and pull those back in. Now, even though they're pulled back into testimonial trees, sometimes they still will go missing on the Moxie widget. If that's the case, it's easy enough just to go into Moxie. I've got way too many screens open. Go into the website wizard. All you're going to be doing is, if that happens, is deleting the site page that was set up and then re-adding it. That is enough for the system to trip that and pull all of those back in. So on site pages in your wizard, you'd find, and I'm not quite sure which one I'm in here, so I may not have it. You would find the testimonial tree page right here. Click delete, confirm, of course. And then you go back in and add new testimonial tree page. and then put in the email address. Now, of course, this has to be done in the agent's website wizard. So whether you're sitting down with them, logging in as them, or they've given you delegated access, then you could do it for them. The tip here is this testimonial tree email address does have to match their email address in testimonial tree. It should, because testimonial tree accounts are actually created from the Moxie feed. So Moxie feeds over the roster data to create the testimonial tree site. Now, we all know some agents have multiple email addresses. So if you need to check to make sure it's the correct email address, over here in management, users, oops, and of course it logged me back out. Let me log back in. So again, those steps, once it's there, is management, users. And sometimes testimonial tree, much like account tech lately, test patience. Some of these clicks do take a little bit longer than we would hope. They kind of hide your filter options. So over to the right, click filters. You'd want to type in your agent name that you're looking for. Once the user comes up that you see under user details here, this is the email address that you want to make sure matches. And you can see the multiple accounts I have, which is why my single sign-on doesn't work, but that's okay. So you just make sure that this email address under user details matches the one that you're adding here. So again, we first deleted it because testimonies went missing. To bring them back, we deleted it and then we clicked add new, chose testimonial tree page, make sure that email address matches, and then click publish. And those are the steps. Now, if you go into add a new site page, so I just added that one, click add new, you're going to see it's not there anymore. The standard Moxie manual testimonial page option is there, but the testimonial tree page is missing. It's because you can only add one. So if you're not seeing it in the add new, you need to check your site page list here because it's going to be in here somewhere. To re-add it, you do have to delete it. And now when you go back into add new, it's going to be an option again. So again, if the testimonies are missing from your testimonial tree dashboard or for your agent, reach out to the help desk or myself. We can get those pulled back in. Again, the testimonial tree help desk can be found through this question mark here in tickets. And then in Moxie, when you're in your My Website, you go to Site Pages, delete the old, click Add New, and re-add it. Those are kind of the troubleshooting steps in order to pull any of those testimonials back in. Because again, I've never once had an agent lose testimonies. They've always been able to be brought back in, but the help desk does have to do it. But the help desk is super quick and super nice, which is fantastic. So back in testimonial tree, we'll go back to dashboard. So the dashboard you're seeing now is the entire company, unfortunately, minus our Elite Sotheby's International Realty and minus the Amelia Group. Because of the way the system was set up, they do have separate platforms, but outside of that, you can see how amazing this product is being used. Over 8,000 testimonies and over 4,000 surveys. So testimonials will be manually requested. An agent either clicks collect testimonial, sends an email, sends an SMS text. These can also be done through their website. If they do have that widget on there, it's going to ask for a testimony. So if a consumer goes to their website, looks at their reviews, they can then add their own review to that agent as well. The other option is in an email signature. Some agents add this to a newsletter or a other present, whether it's a buyer presentation, a seller presentation. So lots of different ways agents can ask for testimonials. And again, that's in that big green button, can't miss it, collect testimonials, email, text, or then there's options to add to their email signature or create a shortened URL. And then again, as they add that testimonial tree page to their Moxie website, I don't know if I added it or if I'm still in delete. I think it's still there. They have the option to send consumers to that site as well, because it's good. Not only are they going to their website for that vital website traffic, but they also have the opportunity to leave their own testimonial. And I did not save it. So they do have an option to do that once they add it to Moxie. Now, surveys are what are automatically sent out. So if you're in Michigan, Ohio, or USVI, this is done via .loop. So as soon as .loop is marked as closed, but not archived, mark the loop as closed. Don't archive it for a couple days. the testimonial tree system will send out an automatic survey request to the consumer. Now, granted, you have to have the consumer name and email address in that loop, and the loop has to be marked as closed. That will go out to the consumer the day after closing. And then if, of course, the consumer is moving, they may not have time to do it right away. It'll go out 2 more times over the next 2 weeks. So a total of 3 requests. After that, the system simply says, okay, I'm not going to bother them anymore. They either don't want to do it or they're busy, and it will no longer send them the request. An agent can absolutely still manually ask for a testimony at any given time outside of that transactional phase. Now, if you're in Florida, you do the kind of the same steps, but you do it via app files. You check the box on your transaction sheet that you do in fact want testimonial tree requests sent out, and then the testimonial tree request will go out. Same process, it goes out the day after close, and then 2 more times over the next 2 weeks, and then the system simply stops bothering the client. They assume after 3 tries, they're either not interested or they just don't want to do it for whatever reason. So that's how the system works for testimonial tree automation. And again, that is what's sending out the survey request. Testimonial tree requests are done manually. And again, you have the option of email, text, website widget, email signature, lots of options there. Now, the other part of testimonial tree, which I love to see, I love when I go onto Facebook and I'm scrolling my sites and I see all of these great testimonies from our amazing agents. I love to see those. And it's super simple for both you as staff and also our agents to create that imagery to go ahead and use in social media. So the steps here are management. I'm sorry, I lied. The steps here are testimonials, manage testimonials. This is only done for testimonies, by the way, not for surveys. Surveys are basically a star rating, not really any verbiage to create that image. So that's why it's only off of testimonials. Now, why that loads, and again, here we go with the patient's part. You do have the opportunity to copy and paste testimonies from other platforms. So maybe you got a handwritten note, maybe you got a really nice email, maybe they left a really raving Zillow review and you want to get that over to your testimonial tree. You can click add existing testimonial and it lets you either type it in or copy and paste. Now, again, as long as you're just being truthful, that was actually a review you got from somewhere else, absolutely put as many testimonials in here as you want. Because again, remember, it's creating your digital reputation. Everybody goes online to look at reviews, whether you're buying froyo, whether you're buying pizza, whether you're going to a hotel, a movie, a restaurant, a real estate agent, everybody's going online to look at your reviews. So make sure that your digital reputation is out there. Now, in order to do that with some of this great imagery, like I mentioned, you are in managed testimonials. Again, an agent can do this for themselves, or you as their ASC or RSC can do it for them. Raving review for Debbie Snowden, fantastic. She was a joy, 5 stars, great. Let's get this out so other consumers can see it. Under the green action button, you can click testimonial marketing. Give that a moment to load. And then, I'm sorry, I chose the wrong option. Let's go back a screen. We're going to do actions and we're going to do generate image. Again, that light gray text is hard to read sometimes. So generate image is how you get to this widget here. So we're going to give that a moment to load. And then you're going to see that you have lots of options. You have all of these different formats based on either the agent preference or your preference if you're doing it for them. You have the option to update some of this information. You can see your text, your color. You have a lot of options to customize what this looks like. And then when you have it looking exactly like you want to look at, exactly how you want it to look, you click download image. It's going to download for you right to wherever your downloads go. You can choose desktop downloads, a folder, however you want to choose to do so. And you'll have that image. You can pop it into Insta. You can pop it over to Facebook, wherever you want to use it. You can take it over to Moxie and put it in a presentation or a newsletter, lots of different applications. And again, your digital reputation is super important. So again, that step, and I flubbed it the first time, so let's go through it again. Testimonials, manage testimonials. Obviously, your agents are only going to see their own, so there's probably not a whole lot of filtering or searching they need to do. But there is an option, especially if you're staff and you have a bunch of agents, you can go through and choose a time frame for a filter to find the reviews you want to market, or for an agent specifically, all that information is found up here. So you can filter by user, If you're an RSC with more than one location, you can filter by location, lots of different options. And then you want to go to actions and generate image. And that is what allows you to get into this wizard that will quickly generate that image with different template options and then let you quickly download that image in order to use it in social media marketing. So that is kind of the highlights, kind of a few tips and tricks, some things we've learned along the way, how you can utilize the product for your agents or show them how they can utilize it themselves. Let me go ahead and check my chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box, or if it's a little bit more complicated and you have a microphone, like I hope you all do, go ahead and unmute. So I'll give it just a moment here, see if we have any questions. Great. Well, I don't see any that have come in as always. Oh, we have one. Just 1 second. So if you select all, the agent still needs to download and paste their self. I'm not quite sure what that question is. So if you're in manage testimonials and manage testimonials as an administrator on a location, you can filter by agent. If the agent wants to go in as themselves, they'll only see their testimonies. If an agent is adding a testimony from a different platform, they do have to do that individually by clicking add existing testimonial. It only lets you add one at a time. So maybe you've got 5 reviews that came over from Google. You can't kind of upload them all at the same time. They have to be manually done. But an ASC or RSC can do that for their client. I'm sorry, well, it is their client, right? Our agents are our clients. They can do that for the agent, or the agent can do it themselves. So if that wasn't clear, feel free to reach out after the fact, or give me a call, Reese, and we'll figure that out. Any other questions? Wonderful. Well, again, it's not a new product, but it's a product that is definitely worth repeating because it's such a fantastic product. It's set up on our APIs with Moxie to create our roster, with Dotloop and app files to send our survey requests, lots of opportunity here. So if you have any questions after the fact, as always, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for your time this morning. Bye, everyone.